influence, and, well, public trust is just profoundly broken.
And the comparison he makes is stark. You can bribe 200 MPs. You can't bribe a whole country.
Exactly. That's a powerful distinction that really sticks with you, doesn't it?
It really does. So, in essence, this public presidential election, the direct vote, it acts as a shield against that past.
Right.
Enabling true accountability instead of power just being inherited through these backroom deals. It feels like Somalia simply cannot afford to trade popular sovereignty for, well, elite convenience.
And, if you look at the ground, the people themselves are showing their unwavering will. It's quite powerful.
How so?
Across Somalia, in places like Galmudug, Southwest, and especially in Mogadishu, you see these compelling images. Thousands of citizens standing under the hot sun for hours.
Just to register to vote.
Just to register.
Yeah.
This isn't just about some bureaucratic process.
Yeah.
You feel it's a profound declaration of intent. We've seen elderly voters, disabled citizens, vulnerable people, often needing assistance from the police, all participating.
That's incredible commitment.
It speaks volumes about their belief in this process, despite the challenges.
And that commitment from the people really underscores that central question we started with. Yabaro directly challenged the idea of just ignoring them, didn't he?
He did. He asked, quite pointedly, what about the rights of the Somali people? Today, thousands stand in long queues to register to vote. Are we going to disregard their will? Are we saying their voices don't matter when it comes to choosing the president?
The logic seems undeniable, really. If the people are ready and willing to elect their MPs,
Then they should absolutely have the right to choose their president.
the right to vote can't just stop at Parliament's door.
Exactly. It makes no sense.
So this brings us then to the current president's pivotal choice. President Dr. Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. He was elected back in May 2022
Correct.
with a pretty clear public mandate, right, to deliver one person, one vote, and complete the federal constitution. That was the platform.
That was absolutely the mandate he received.
So what's truly concerning here, and maybe ironic, is this betrayal from a political faction now calling itself Madasha.
Ah, yes, Madasha.
This group was actually part of that very 2022 electoral pact. They were formed specifically to champion democracy. They celebrated it back then.
They did. They were on board.
But now, having lost political control, it seems, they are trying to undo the very reforms they helped promise.
It's precisely the kind of scenario Abdoulaye Yabaro warned about.
His foresight again?
Yeah. Elites pretending to support democracy only to sabotage it when it actually starts to empower the people and shift the balance.
So this really puts President Hassan in a tough spot. It leads to some critical questions he must be asking himself, or at least should be.
Absolutely. Like, why give legitimacy to those who so clearly betray the people's trust?
Right. And why elevate those who literally walked away from their own promises?
And crucially, why align with those trying to restrict the public's voice, rather than aligning with the thousands who are still standing in line, waiting patiently to use their voice?
It's a stark choice. So what does this all mean for Somalia's future? Where does this leave things?
Well, Abdoulaye Yabaro offers a powerful insight here. He argues that the right to directly elect the president is actually more than just a constitutional clause.
It's more symbolic.
It's like a moral covenant, a pact between Somalia's leadership and its citizens.
A moral covenant. And that covenant has a historical lesson backing it up, based on what you said earlier.
It does.
Yeah.
Yabaro's warning is crystal clear, and it's rooted in decades of experience. Over the past 20 years, whenever Parliament has chosen the president, corruption and kleptocracy have followed almost immediately.
It's not theoretical. It's a documented pattern.
Exactly. It risks reopening the door to foreign influence, elite trading, transactional politics, all the things they're trying to move away from.
So ultimately, President Hassan's decision boils down to a fundamental choice.
It really does. Will he yield to a group whose track record seems defined by broken promises and, frankly, political manipulation?
War.
Or will he stand firm with the people who actually believe in the vision of one person, one vote, and presumably in his leadership to deliver it? It's a choice that really reflects the very definition of democracy itself.
And that's why the path forward, drawing on Yabaro's insights and looking at the public will, seems so clear, doesn't it?
It seems clear from that perspective, yes.
Let the people vote. Protect their right to choose their president directly. Let Yabaro's constitutional insight and that visible public faith light the way forward.
And above all,
let promises be honored, not just because they are convenient, but because they are justly owed to the people. It leaves you thinking, doesn't it? What truly constitutes a democracy? And how does the integrity of a nation's leadership ultimately reflect the will of its people? Something to ponder.